Sometimes you don't know what to expect. Sometimes I feel like I'm lacking respect. The neck that you came at, it ain't the same as the thing that you did before. I'm keeping score. Yo, it's kind of crazy. On the blog talk side, first it said it wasn't working. Now it does preside, and evidently it's online. So I don't understand how the sun always shines, but we're here and you're here, and it does appear that we gonna be able to get our stuff off. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sorry I'm late, but things happen in life. Life be life, and then it's not great. Sometimes it's good, most times it is, but sometimes it's bad. It kind of makes you mad. Sad? No, I ain't into the type of depression, but I know that every blessing is a lesson, and I'm testing you, giving you a quiz, and I want to see if you really know what time it is. The biz that I have to get to is for me and you, so we going to do this thing and let the bell ring. And the bell rings, and that takes a toll. I am 54 crazy years old, and I've learned a lot. What I got is a whole lot of lessons to teach, and so I preach. And I don't want to get too preachy, but I gotta make sure that it hits like a pastor. But as the world turns and the world burns and it's on fire, but I'm McIntyre, and that's Omar. Yeah, the Ghost Star. We gonna do this. I can go, but so far, I'm gonna let you take me where I'm supposed to go, and we gonna do this thing, and we gonna have to do this show. And you know what time it is, so let's like right now get right to the biz. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and we talk about waiting until the last minute. Wait until the last minute. How many of y'all be procrastinating out there? How many of you procrastinate or facilitate somebody else who procrastinates? You know, waiting till the last minute to do something is a problem, and it's a problem that a lot of people have. Many of us are afflicted with something, especially when we don't want to do something. It's easy to wait until the last minute to do something, or until it's almost too late when you want to make an excuse for not doing it in the first place, or you really just don't want to do it. And you know how it is. You know how hard it is to push yourself to do something that you really don't want to do. How hard it is to push yourself to do something that you really don't want to do. So you might wait till the last minute. Now, they say that anything that you practice at, you get better at. So if you practice getting on things as soon as the problem comes, as soon as the time comes for you to take care of a problem or a situation, then you get better at it. And you also buy more time, because if you start getting on things as soon as the problem arises, or as soon as the deadline has been set, then as you get closer to whatever the time is, the cutoff date, whatever, as you get closer to the cutoff date time, you have time to fix anything that goes wrong in the meantime, in between time. So that's what we're talking about today. Wait until the last minute. Where my procrastinators at? I know I do it. When I was in school, I always waited till the last minute to do my assignments. I never developed good study habits. I never did it. I wanted to. On the inside, I was getting right on stuff. On the outside and in real practice, I was always waiting till the last minute. Cramming to pass exams and stuff like that. What was I doing while I knew these tests were coming up, these exams were coming up, papers were due and all that? What was I doing? Partying, drinking, messing around with the girls, whatever. And that was mainly in college. In high school, I don't know what I was doing, but I know that I hadn't developed any good study habits. And it always came back to bite me in the ass. But not so much in high school. But in college, yeah, it really, really came back to bite me. It hurt. Arr, arr. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm waiting until the last minute. Now, when you wait until the last minute to do things, then you have to not only rush yourself, but now you want to get other people to rush for you. Come on, man, I got to hurry up and do this, blah, blah, blah. This is what road rage is all about. You waited until the last minute to go to an appointment or to go to work or something like that, and you know you're going to be late and you're going to suffer the consequences of being late. Now you mad because it's traffic. Now you mad because there are detours. Now you mad because there are delays. You honking on people, cussing people out, rolling down your windows, maybe even potentially causing a volatile situation, a violent situation. And it's all your fault. That's the real problem. It's all your fault. Are we good? We good? Everything good? The sound coming through and all of that? No, y'all can't see the screen that I see. So that's why I have to ask. Let me do this. Let me do this ahead of time. Let me get ahead of the curve here. Give y'all this here call-in number, because Blog Talk first acted like it wasn't going to work. And then it was real weird. It was real weird. This service sucks. It really, really does. And every time I think about getting rid of it, it lets me know that I need it. Kinda. I mean, I think people would still enjoy the show even if they couldn't call in, but I don't want to take no chances. So I see we have a caller on the line already. Caller with the last number is 1132. Hold on a second. Let me get my footing together. We're not even really done the intro yet, and as soon as we get to that point, then we gonna rock out. But yeah, waiting until the last minute to do things. Yeah, you will get yourself into a whole lot of trouble, put yourself in a whole lot of jams, and expect people to accommodate you and make your emergency their emergency. And you probably don't appreciate when people do that to you. You know how like somebody has waited until the last minute to tell you something or to ask you for something, and now they want to rush you. Like, yo, hurry up. I need you to take me here. I need you to help me get this. I need you to make a phone call. I need you to go somewhere with me. And you're like, wait a minute now. Now, you didn't give me any fair warning that you were going to need this or that we needed to do this. And now here you are pushing me, yelling at me, letting me know that there's an emergency. You acting all crazy and erratic, maybe cursing, yelling, screaming, crying. You know how somebody comes to you crying, oh my God, this just happened, and blah, blah, blah. Now, that's not to take away from legitimate emergencies, because sometimes things can happen in life that you just didn't think about. You just didn't prepare for. Something like a cut or a sprain or something like that. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about when you knew that something was due, or you knew that you were supposed to take care of something and you waited until the last minute to do it. Like Casey at the bat. Do you know the story of Casey at the bat? Casey at the bat he was a baseball player. There's this poem called Casey at the Bat. And Casey was this really great baseball player. He was a great batter. He was always got hits and home runs. And this one game where the game was tied or whatever, no, the other team was up by a couple of points. No, hold on. Let me get Casey at the bat. Let me get that up on Google. Casey at bat. Hold on. Casey at bat.
According to Wikipedia, Casey at the Bat, a ballad of the Republic, sung in the year 1888, is a mock heroic poem written in 1888 by Ernest Thayer.
Okay, here we go. All right. Let me. All right. Okay. Here's how the story goes. Damn, I never noticed it was. It's a little long, but it's not that long. Well, Casey was this great baseball player, and he thought that he could let two pitches go by and he would definitely hit it on the third pitch. All right. So it says the outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with one inning more left to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, A sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest, oh, wait a minute. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought of, if only Casey could get but a whack of that, they'd put up money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey and did also Jimmy Blake. And the former was a Lulu and the latter was a cake. So upon the stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and the men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe as second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley and rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his bat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye, sneered, curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered spear came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it, haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches, black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him, kill the umpire, shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they had killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled the pitcher, and once more the spheres flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, strike two. Fraud, cried the maddening thousands, and answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey in the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold and saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon his plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there's no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. So, I know it was a long poem. Some of y'all may have heard of it. I remember we had to learn that poem we had to read that poem in English class. And what happened was, instead of, if you could follow the poem, I know I didn't read it that good, but what it was saying in the poem was, this baseball player who was up at bat, who always got hits, let two pitches just go by without even trying to hit it. And he waited until strike three. And then he struck out and they lost the game. Now, I don't know if it was a championship game or whatever the case was, but had he at least tried to hit the first two, he probably would have advanced the other runners that were on base. He had a runner on first and a runner on third. All he needed was a single. He could have popped up the ball and sent the runner on third home. But no. So in your life, you might do a lot of things like that. Wait until the last pitch or the last minute or the last time when you could have gotten yours ahead of time. And if there were any problems associated with the choices that you had made, you would have had time to fix them. So when have you been through something like this? What up? T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And grown woman, don't try me. Don't let the ball just fly right by me. What's going on? And Pizza, what's going on, Pizza? And my people's Star Small. What's good, man? Good to see you. Oh, Star Small was asking, what story is this? Yeah, it was called Casey at the Bat. Casey at the Bat. Yeah. Or is it Casey at Bat? No, it's called Casey at the Bat. See? Casey at the Bat. So it's a long poem, and I don't remember it being that long, but maybe at certain versions they condensed it a little bit. But yeah, he should at least took a hit of the ball, took a swing at the ball before he got himself in trouble and was down 2 strikes, and then it was too late. So waiting until the last minute. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today, we are talking about waiting until the last minute. What do you know about waiting until the last minute to do something, the last minute to say something, the last minute to ask for something? Waiting until the last minute. This is bigger than procrastination. This is waiting until the last minute. When you procrastinate, a lot of times that's on you. Nobody suffers except for you. When you talk about waiting until the last minute to do something, a lot of times you're involving somebody else. You ever know that a store is closing at a certain time and you needed to go there and get something? So you knew, let's say the grocery store. You knew the grocery store was closing this Sunday. Let's say the grocery store closes early on Sunday. Let's say it closes at 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. So you waited all the way until like 5:30, almost closing time, to go do your food shopping. And you know you needed it. It could have been something that you really, really needed to get from the store. Maybe you needed to cook something, have something prepared for the next day, whatever. Yeah. And you wait until the store was about to close. And when you get to the store, let's say you got to the store 15 minutes before the store is closing and they won't let you in. And you like, yo, you said you close at 6 o'clock, not 5:45. It's only 5:45. And they saying, yeah. What do you think? We don't start getting ready to close until 6 o'clock, until everybody's out of the store? Don't work that way, buddy. We have family and things to do just like you do. But tell you what, we'll be open tomorrow. Come on through. We'll be open. Yeah, just come on by. So yeah, you run into shit like that. You run into problems that way. All right. Moped Mike, your full name, son? Yeah, Sun 752. AKA Omar with the R. That's my full name. It's my government name. Star Small says, have you heard the Hollow Men? Heard the Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot? That was actually part of the philosophy of the story of Halo. According to the devs, it's about the futility and emptiness of the human condition. No, I haven't heard of that. I need to check that out. Good looking. Chad Man says, oh God, this cornball is back. Oh man, you consider me to be a cornball and you're back too? Wow. Well, go. Yo, peace to you, Jad Man. Peace to you. All right. Star says, right, grown woman says, Jad, yeah, you're back too. Like, these cats kill me. Star says, you should. It's a great poem with a lot of substance to it. All right, that's what's up. Moped Mike says, it's the story of my life. It's my worst trait. Waiting to the last minute. Yeah, I mean, it afflicts a lot of people. And it gets worse. The more time you take to take care of it, to fix it, to work on it, to develop it in a more positive way, it gets worse. Star says, I wait until the last minute to express my feelings sometimes. I don't know if it's pride or societal pressure, but I always feel weird about admitting my feelings as a man. I can't really help it. That's interesting. He also says, growing up, my family never used to say stuff like I love you, etc. I think it could have been, I could have just been that way. I think it could have just been that way. I was raised, the way I was raised to sort of avoid talking about feelings. Your story is not that different from a lot of people. A lot of people grew up in families where open displays of affection and affirmations wasn't encouraged. I think it's weird. I think it's a little weird how that cycle comes around and goes around and continues, because most people who grew up in families that didn't have those affirmations, that didn't have those open displays of affections, they normally want different than that from their own family. They don't want their kids to have to go through the rigidity of growing up without being told that they were loved and appreciated and that they were special and smart and great and all that kind of stuff. And I'm taking it to another place. I'm not saying that your parents never said any of those things to you, but it all starts with the love. And saying I love you is not really that hard, especially in a family situation. It might be, the consequences of it might be a little bit more extreme when you start talking about outsiders, love interests and things like that. But in your family, like telling your kids you love them telling you that they love them, that should be a safe space. It should be, but we see how it plays out. All right. Moped Mike says, I've never heard that as a full name. I really like it. Oh, you were serious? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. Star says, I feel that grown. It sucks not being able to talk about feelings sometimes. I wait so long and I don't even end up doing it. Moped said, I'd call, but I don't know what I'd add. I don't want to just tell a life story. I mean, when you call in, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is an uncensored show. And we have a call on the line right now. I know I'm making them wait, but you know, it's because we have to do this first. We need this first. And then I'm going to take the call. And I'm sorry for waiting so long. Caller with the last number is 1132, but I'm about to come grab you in just a second. I just need to set this table real quick. Just need to set the table and we good. Moped Mike says, my parents said I love you, but I never saw them hug or kiss. Yeah, a lot of families are like that too. And you wonder, like, well, if y'all love each other, then how come we don't see you know, like on the Brady Bunch, we saw them loving and kissing all the time. All of those shows back in the day, Dick Van Dyke, Bewitched, even on Leave It to Beaver, they seem pretty close. They might not have slept in the same bed with each other on TV, but they at least were loving towards each other. TK Wright says some people thrive off of the adrenaline surge that they get from waiting to the last minute, or they get from the last minute dash. That's true, but what about that disappointment? All right. Okay, yeah. Y'all can call into the show. If you want to call in and express yourself, if you want to talk about anything, you can call in 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. I said a 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. You don't even have to press number 1. If you call into the show, we know you want to talk. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. And you can rock on and do the damn, do the damn thing. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm your host, Sun752. Feeling like a real man should. Hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today we are talking about waiting until the last minute. Why do we wait until the last minute to do things? Why? Why do we put ourselves in a situation where we have to rush, where we have to make other people rush, where we may miss the ball, where we know we could have done better if we just would have acted a little bit sooner. We knew better. We just didn't do better. We knew better. We just didn't do better. We knew better, didn't do better. Yeah, heated up like a sweater. We wasn't acting like go-getters. We could have done better than we did, but we waited until 11:59. Oh, yeah, kid. That means that you wasn't going to make it happen. Now you have missed the boat, and you always snapping, saying some people should give you another chance, but you had another chance, and you didn't make the dance. So you're late for the party. Now you're feeling hardy. You feeling all mad. That's on you, my dad. Yo, I bet you next time you do better, but you might not, cause you not hot. And you feel like a real sucker when you don't make that deadline. Yo, your hairline is getting pushed back. Feel like you're going bald. I'm talking to myself, you, and all of y'all. Let's take the caller. Caller with the last numbers. 1132. I want to thank you for holding on, number 1. And I want to say welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. What is on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hello. I have a new technology that I'm trying to learn how to work, so please be patient.
Okay.
I normally do things like I need to do myself, but when it's time for me to ask family for certain things that I know I need help with, I don't know why I do that, and I think I get on my cousin's nerves about that. And I don't know if I do it intentionally. I believe I do it intentionally. I don't need to do it intentionally.
Wait. You said you know you do it intentionally, but you don't mean to do it intentionally?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to rock with that.
Because I'm very independent and I don't like asking family for help.
Okay.
I try to see if I could do it myself. It's just this one little thing that, we get into it about. And I don't mean to get into it with him about. I think I'm getting better at it, by, letting them know before time.
Yeah.
But then again, when I think I'm getting better, I'm not.
Okay.
And I have a feeling that we're going to have a big blow up about that because he hates when I wait till the last minute to tell him I need that or need something.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that I think I have problems with is something like that. First of all, I don't even really like going to my family because I feel that I have it, but I don't have it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't have it. Like I said, I don't have it. Because only when I don't have it, I pray about it. I get wisdom, and I know how to get things. I'm a go getter. I know how to get it. And when I can't get it, I don't like asking family for help. But sometimes you do have to ask.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you do. I mean, when you need something, you need something. Ain't no, it's not too many ways around that. You either need it or you don't.
Yeah, but I don't like it because family run their mouth and they gossip and they talk and they don't say nice things. And I found that out the hard way. That's the reason why I really don't like asking.
I understand, but what does that have to do with waiting until the last minute?
I wait till the last minute because I don't be wanting to ask.
So, all right. So when you wait till the last minute to ask your family for something, have you tried to get it every other way besides asking them for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not really waiting until the last minute to ask them. You are exploring other ways to try to get it. Now wait, what other things are you doing to try to get what you need besides praying?
Well, I don't even want to ask. Because sometimes it can be a little bit embarrassing. I don't even want to ask my closest neighbors because they know these two and they gossip too. I just be trying to figure out all kind of avenues on how to get things. Like if I can get it on my card or whatnot, Most of the time it does come through, but that don't happen all the time. And now my family, he'll literally come and be checking my refrigerator and my clothes to see if everything all right. That be making me mad. Like I'm a kid. Because he's like, I know you ain't gonna tell me. You right, all right? But like I say, I think it's getting better, but then again, I think it's not. I don't know if that makes sense or anything.
Okay.
That's the only problem I have with him. So,
now
I got to learn to work this phone. I don't know how to work this phone. Somebody has to show me how to work this phone.
Well, what kind?
My phone broke down. That's another situation. My phone broke down. I could have asked my family for money and finances to give me another phone. Didn't want to do it like that. Someone told me to go to the store. I got a phone on my own. I didn't want to ask for money for my family to help me with. And that's a need because I don't have a landline. All I have is a cell phone.
Right.
And lucky I was able to get a phone. I was able to get a phone, and it's a nice phone. I just got to figure out how to work it because I do things on my phone. I'll write in, they don't let you gotta have the right password and all that. I'm not good with high tech at all.
You're not good with what?
I'm not good with high tech. That's why
high tech.
Like
okay.
Twitter don't have anything like a what you call that? Where you could start, you could erase stuff and you could what you call it, an edit button.
Yeah.
Twitter don't have it. I hate Twitter. I used to be on Twitter years ago. It don't have that. When I was on there, it didn't have that. I stopped dealing with that because I mess up in a minute.
Yeah, I don't like. Twitter is different. You know what I mean? Twitter people are Twitter people, and Facebook people are Facebook people, and Instagram people are Instagram people. But Twitter always seemed too impersonal to me. But getting back to what you're talking about, it sounds like are you talking about money that you wait until the last minute to ask for?
It be money. That's why I said that I don't be want to sound so spiritual, but he always comes through for me, whether it's with money or wisdom. And sometimes he don't come through. The Lord don't come through with that, and then I would have to ask my family, to help me, and which they do not mind because I don't be on them like that all the time. So they don't mind. When somebody don't take advantage of somebody, people don't mind helping. But I just don't, I've always been that way, 53 years old, and I've been that way ever since I was 15. So I don't know. I hope I can change, but it don't look like it.
All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you some scenarios about waiting until the last minute and some of the consequences that you might face when you wait until the last minute, because this waiting until the last minute thing can have really, really severe consequences, more than just being a burden on somebody. Because it sounds like, to me, it sounds like you don't want to be a burden to somebody, or you don't want to seem like you're being a burden to somebody when you need something.
I think you know me pretty well, yes.
Well, but here's the thing. You know, when it came to that, because I used to feel the same way too, and try to do everything on my own. Here's the thing. You either need what you need or you don't. Sometimes you just have to break it down that way. Either I really need it or I don't need it. So if you really need it, then sometimes that's what we have to concentrate on. So if you know that you really need something, why would you hesitate to ask for it? You know, because it's different than a want. Like, you know, we see a whole lot of things from certain people that we want and we could have had if we would have asked in a timely manner. You know what they say, first come, first serve, right? Mm-hmm. You'll never hear nobody saying, yeah, you'll get what you want if you wait to the last possible minute to get it. There aren't too many success stories when it comes to that, except there are a few exceptions, like going to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. You know, when you the first one in the Department of Motor Vehicles, it winds up taking you a long time. Even if you were first in there, it just seems like it works that way. If you go towards the time they're about to close, you might do better, but not all DMVs are that way. Because like the ones in Philly, if you wait until they're about to close, then the people who have been waiting are all ahead of you. So let's say it closes at 4:00 and you get there 3:45, 3:30. You might not get out of there till 5:00 because they close at 4. In other words, they stop letting people in at 4, but they can't go home until everybody has been serviced. So when it comes to things like money, food, things that are going to really, really have a strong impact on your life or your ability to live, food, water, roof over your head, things like that. The consequences can be severe. But when we're talking about other situations, I want to ask you about a couple of other situations where I want you to kind of think about what the severity of these actions could be. Because even though we may not think in terms of waiting until the last minute in order to do these things, we sometimes bite the bullet with this. Let's say a man was going to go see a woman. Like, let's say they were going on a date with each other. He might have really liked the woman. He might have really thought that she was high post and, you know, maybe even close to being out of his league. So he figured, well, this is more like a charity date. So I'm gonna take advantage of this date and I'm gonna do the best that I can. But maybe he thought, like, there's no way I'm getting no ass. You know, she probably gonna go out with me and try to milk me for some money or order some expensive things on the menu if we go out to eat. But yeah, I know I ain't getting no yams tonight. No yams. All right. So he probably didn't think about going to go get no condoms or nothing like that. Okay, cool. They go out. Miraculously, they have a really nice time. He finds out that she really likes him. She's treating him nice. She giving him much rhythm. She invite him in the crib for the night. He ain't gonna get them condoms. She ready to give up some ass. Now, she might be ready to give up some ass, but she ain't ready to give up no raw ass. And he didn't come prepared to get no ass. Now here it is, the heat of the moment. You know, And she like, all right, you know, you have some condoms? And he like, well, I could go to the gas station, you know, right now and get some. She might not want to wait. So a number of things could happen. She might have had a come to Jesus moment, like, oh, this man took me out, didn't prepare himself, didn't bring no protection. He think he's just gonna run up in me raw. Maybe that's how he play. Well, I don't think I want to deal with a man like that. She might say, I forget this thing altogether. Forget it. I was ready to get my feet wet and the yams wet tonight, but nah, we good. And he may never get it. Maybe she might reconsider one day, but he could have had it tonight. Or he goes ahead and you know, she lets him run up in her raw. Now he done got her pregnant. You know what I mean? Waiting till the last minute. He had plenty of time. He knew he was going out on this date. He knew what they were going to do. He just didn't know the outcomes. But instead of preparing for himself, he decided not to go ahead and you know, provide some prophylactics, and he wound up not getting no ass, and he might not ever get it again. So a golden opportunity to get with somebody that he had been lusting after. He could have been lusting and busting, but no. He waited to the last minute to go get some condoms. Maybe even on the date, he was thinking like, damn, this date is going well. This might end well. Maybe I should excuse myself real quick. You know, go get some gas, even though I'm on a full tank. Go act like I'm getting some gas. Put $2 in the tank, and you know, have an excuse to go get these condoms. Could have done that. He could have done that.
You asking me. I'm like, I'm very different from the rest because I do not depend on just a man to have the birth control. I would have some kind of condoms on me, pills or whatever. It's not just on the man.
No, that's cool. But I'm saying from a man's point of view, he messed up. You understand what I'm saying? Because
he messed up, but he messed up. She messed up too. She shouldn't have something on her. But
maybe she didn't know. Well, they say women mostly know that whether they are attracted to a man enough to give up some ass or whatever. But maybe she was playing it by ear also. And maybe she didn't want him to think that she runs around here with condoms or whatever, but she's also judging him. It happens. She might be portraying herself as this good, pure girl who just, you know, got caught up in the heat of the moment. And she's not prepared either, but she's also,
people gonna think what they need to go think. You need to just have your women need to have their stuff together too, not just no pill. Especially if these diseases are getting worse. They're getting worse, and you have to protect yourself. But a lot of these women, they want to get these men caught up and trapped or whatnot. I might be stepping on some toes or whatnot. You know, they want to get them. Not just the men want to be locked up. You know, it's some of these women want to get these men. You know, they want that to happen. They don't care about no condom or whatever, or, you know, they don't care about that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right.
I'm just different. I'm not saying that I'm an angel, but I ain't stupid either. I'm very scared of sexual transmitted diseases. I don't want that. If I could not prevent that from happening to me, I'm very careful.
Well, okay, and it's great to be careful, but do you understand? You understand the scenario that I put out there? It's all about waiting until the last minute, you know, because
I think you wait until the last. I think you know if you want some or not, whether you're a man or a woman. You know if you want some.
Well, a man might always want some, but he doesn't always know if he's gonna get some. So he might.
And you're supposed to have something in your pocket.
Like I said, a man might know that he wants some, but he might not always know he's gonna get some. So sometimes if you don't think that you're gonna, if you don't think that something is gonna happen to you, you don't waste time preparing for it. Now he could have and should have, but he didn't. She could have and should have also, but she didn't. So even if even if you are the type of person that, and I don't really want to veer off to this because this doesn't have anything to do with the topic, but even if you do the right things and in a intimate situation, you carry protection or whatever, it's not going to stop anybody from looking at you a certain kind of way. In a perfect world, if you made sure that you had condoms on hand, everybody would say, okay, then they take care of themselves. They look out for themselves. They think ahead, blah, blah, blah. Some people would say, oh, yeah, of course you got condoms because you be fucking everybody because you a hoe. Or you out here just messing around with any chick. You out here hunting, sticking and moving. So, of course, you're going to carry around condoms. So people can look at it any way they want to from their perspective. But the bottom line is opportunities get lost because of waiting until the last minute. And many people don't learn their lesson by missing opportunities. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah, but I used to care a long time ago what people thought of me. And now I'm to the point now, I'm not saying I'm bitter. I'm not saying I'm cold. I don't give a damn what they think about me as long as I don't answer to it. Because they're going to say what they want to say. That don't mean it's true.
That's right. It doesn't mean that it's true. But defamation of character, rumors, lies, and all of that kind of stuff, they don't care about the truth all the time. Human perception, or should I say public perception, is strong. So,
they don't care if they hurt your feelings or not. They don't care. They don't care. They don't even care if you're sickly in your body and they know that you weren't able to carry a child, but they'll still put you down like you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. Or you sit up there and you had a child, they know you sickly, you still ain't nothing. So it's like,
yeah,
it is what it is.
No.
So I want to be knowing I know I did the right thing for me and myself, knowing that I know what's going on with my body. And I'm glad that I waited, and I'm glad that God shut some doors for me.
No, I understand what you're saying, but my point. Okay,
Yeah.
look at it this way. Hold on. Look at it this way. If we're talking about ways that you can miss opportunities, there is no greater way to lose opportunities than to have people spreading bad information about you. Because even if people like you, or they like what you're doing, or they think that you should have a decent chance, once somebody that they trust comes and tells them something about you, then they say, well, all right, then we'll just find somebody else. Now, it didn't have anything to do with what you actually did. You know what I mean? So you can always stand on that never happened. That's a lie and blah, 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 but you don't even know where the lie was told and who it was told to and what and how it affected you. All you know is that people out there be lying on you and you only concentrating on the truth. And so, you look at that like a protective shield, but it doesn't always provide the protection that you're looking for. I found out that people said things about me that wasn't true years later, after I missed opportunities. Yeah, I would have been on this show. In 2006, I tried out for Def Comedy Jam. Went up there and murdered that shit. Murdered it. The producer gave me his number. You know what I'm saying? He was rocking with me. This is when Def Comedy Jam was starting back up, because this is 2006. Def Comedy Jam was back in the 90s, but they were starting it back up, and they were having these little shows because cell phones were just starting to go into smartphones and things like that. So it was mainly for the computer, the internet, because I wasn't familiar with no smartphones in 2006, not me. But anyway, so they were going to have these shows, and the people that tried out, I was better than everybody. I'm not bullshitting. I was better than everybody on that stage that night. I came to play. And people, even comedians that didn't like me, that I had beef with, they had to give it up. Like, yo, son, you killed that shit. And I did. I came to play. Those comedians that didn't do as well got picked for the show. You know why they got picked for the show? Because I had a little bit of beef with the owners of the Laugh House. Wasn't a big beef, but it was a little. And the reason that I had beef with them was because I had some beef with some other comedians that used to come and tell them negative shit about me. So, and I found all that out. But first of all, the owners of the Laugh House had told me that I was going to be on, that they was going to be calling me because they wanted me to be on that show, that Def Comedy Jam show. I'm waiting. So I called the producer of the show. And he was like, well, we might be able to get you on the next one, but we couldn't get your number, or we couldn't blah, 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 blah. I know that the producers messed up that bag for me. You know what I mean? There's no telling where I would have been had I got on that stage. So when I say that, or when I ever hear somebody say that I don't care what people think about me, what people think about you is actually important, because friends help friends. Enemies hurt people who aren't their friends. It's simple as that. Now, that's not to say that's not to say that you need to go around trying to impress people who don't really care about you, or trying to ride the wave of people, or brown nosing nobody. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is what people think about you does matter. It does matter.
Yeah, I care about what my family thinks about me. I care about what my closest friends think about me. As far as the world is looking at me, at a time I would care, but you got to get to know the person so God can reveal who I am to them. It doesn't bother me no more. It doesn't bother me no more. Like I said, I like what my friends think about me. I like what my family think about me. And then I have to step back from my family, because some family can hurt you more than anything too. So I gotta know what I think about me now. That's the mindset that I'm at. I used to didn't always think like that. Mm-hmm. But the world is so cold. I mean, I all my bills are paid. I got everything going on. Why am I upset? Because I'm going through some stuff that I should not be going through, because of people running their mouth, putting their mouth on me, something I ain't even did nothing to, or they don't understand. Sometimes they do stuff because you ain't telling your business, so they find something to make up about you, because they can't aim it at you because they don't know enough to know your business. I'm going through that, Mm-hmm. And it's sickening. It's very sickening. That's why they say you could be the richest person. You could have everything you want to have, but still find yourself in a dark place. And it's very wrong for people to put their mouth on people that they don't know nothing about. Even if you do know something about it, sometimes it's best if you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. And a person, I don't want to get off the subject or nothing, but it pissed me off because, I had 2 people in my family committed suicide. I heard an ugly bitch online. She wasn't even talking about me or talking to me. I heard her say something about suicide is for people that's retarded. And she been just mouthing off at people every day, going off. I guess that's a reaction show. That pissed me the hell off. Because mental illness is very real. And
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that for myself or for my family. I don't know what the situation was, what happened to the two people in my family that did that shit. But that messed me up. I was ready to throw hands. But I did something better than that. I got it real good on the internet. Give her something to think about. You don't say no bullshit like that.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Granted, she lost her son and she's grieving, but that hoe was an evil ass person before her son got murdered.
Okay.
She was who she was before that shit happened. You know, that shit hurt when you living a good life. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get ready to get called for an apartment because I was getting turned down. And my other cousin, I had two favorite cousins. He come telling me some shit like, I got some bad news. I'm thinking I'm losing getting turned down again, right? So I had no idea my cousin had took his own life.
Yeah.
And he was married. Going through a divorce, didn't nobody know shit, nothing about it. Could have been coming over to my house, staying at my crib. I have more than enough room. So shit like this out here, it is grieving me. You know, sometimes I like being on a computer because I learn a lot. But then when stupid ass bitches talk about suicide and talk about people, how old are you in your mind?
All right, hold on. I feel your pain, and I'm sorry that these things happen to you, but I really want to stay focused on what we was talking about, because we talking about waiting to the last minute, and I want to make sure that we don't stray too far away from it. But I'm gonna tell you this: I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about your situation. I know what it's like to have people close to you, commit suicide. It's a terrible feeling. I don't even know if the people, it's bad enough that the people who commit suicide are going through the pain that they're going through to the point where they can't even see the good that might come on another day. But then they also leave people behind that have to wonder for the rest of their lives what they could have done or how they could have helped or how the situation could have been different. So, nobody wins in that situation. As far as the topic is concerned, the only thing I can relate that to is that sometimes people who commit suicide, people who take their own lives, let's put it that way, sometimes they wait to the last minute to tell people what they're going through. So they try to go through that pain by themselves and they wind up losing that battle. And it's nothing but tragedy. It's nothing but tragedy across the board. So I'm really sorry that happened to you. I need you to hold on for a minute. We have some callers on the line. I want to make sure that we get them in. So, but stay on the line and let me take these callers. All right, hold on a second. All right. So, all right. I'm going to take the callers in the order that they asked to speak. So, caller with the last numbers, 2816. I'm going to take you, and then caller with the last numbers, 3725, and then 8658. All right, caller with the last numbers 2816. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thank you for holding on. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you here? We're here.
Yeah, we got I understand what the girl was saying when people commit suicide, because my cousin committed suicide. He shot himself in Florida. He committed suicide.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that happened.
Every time, I gotta hear about the shit at work. People telling my business. Talk about, his cousin passed away, telling my business, and then they want to lie on me, get me in trouble, all types of stuff. They get me in trouble with my case managers. Shit, that's not true. Mm-hmm. All of that shit they saying to my case managers,
hold on. We're not doing this today. This show is about waiting until the last minute. I need you to talk about that. I mean, I don't want to. Listen, hold on. I don't want to cut off anybody's pain or hurt or anything like that. But we're not doing that today. So this show is about waiting until the last minute to do something and the problems that can come along with that. What do you have along those topics? That topic, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. The last minute, I was trying to tell my cousin, like, calm down. You don't want to do nothing. You're going to progress.
Facts.
Soon as later, something.
Well, tell you what. Tell you what. Let me put you on hold. You get it together, and I'll come back, and then we can talk about that. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. Caller with the last numbers 3725. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son Show.
Hey, how you doing? I'm from Northport, Alabama, and
wait. Where are you from? I'm sorry. Where you from? Wait. Stop it. What?
Wait, old man.
Whoa. Y'all doing too much, and I'm not in the mood today. You're doing too much. I'ma have to shut it down. If you want to come in through and clown, if you're not going to listen to the sounds that are coming out my mouth when I tell you to cut it out, you gotta listen or I'ma start to dissing. That's the way it go today, because cats is coming in and they trying to play. Well, the first two callers, they kept it kind of real, but we still gotta stay on the subject for real. So this is what I need y'all to do. If you gonna call into the show, yeah, you're gonna have to do you and do you in terms of the topic, because I'm not going off that shit today, no way. And I'm playing how to play, and I'm just gonna say that this is a show and this is where we stay. So people are listening, all in the chat, and they listening behind the scenes. All right. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what they're going. This shit is too much. All right. Hold on. You still there?
Yeah, you doing?
Yo, if you playing around, dude, this is not the day. So what do you have to say? And on the topic of waiting until the last minute, what do you have to say?
Well, I was talking about the topic, young man, but rudely interrupted me. I'm from Alabama, and I don't play that.
First of all, stop disguising your voice. You sound dumb. Stop disguising your voice. You don't have to do that. Now, what do you have on your mind? Because you're not older than me. You're not older than me. Listen, I've been doing this for years. I know when somebody is disguising their voice.
Hold on 1 minute, young man.
Trying to sound like an old head.
You're trying to tell me that I'm not from Alabama and that you weren't caught licking some dirty hoe.
Okay.
Really?
Okay. All right. Okay. Here, we about to save the day. Caller with the last numbers 8658. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son Show. What's on your mind, man? What's good? What's good?
What up, son? I just want to take this back to the topic because it really went left real quick. But procrastination, okay? Wait until the last minute to do something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. I had a slow leak in a tire. I knew I had a slow leak. But no, I didn't want to stop to get it fixed. I want to go home. I want to go one more place before I go home. Long story short, got a friggin' flat. Had to wait 2 hours for AAA. Okay? That's what procrastinating gets you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, seriously. Waiting too late to do things that are important that need to be done now.
Yes. If I had a nickel for oh my gosh. I just wrote in the chat that your example hits home for me. I've done that dumb shit so many times. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Tire problems. Man.
Like having a car, knowing that you the alternator is gonna go, the belt,
Shit.
okay?
Uh-huh.
Those are wise. And then me, when it happened to me, it's in the dead of winter, it's at night. Okay. I called a friend, told him what was going on. He said, "Where you at?" Came to rescue. He drove from Logan section of Philly all the way down North Philly to find a gas station that still had one of those, the bays where they fix cars.
Yeah.
He paid $100 and something for a damn belt.
For a damn belt, right?
You know they was gagging you because they the only game in town at 12 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, of course, I tried to pay him back, but he was a good friend. He was like, "No, that's all right. Go back to my car." Like I said, dead of the winter, cold as hell. He climbs up in there, gets it off, puts the new one down. So we don't move the car yet. Just let it run. Get that belt to go around. What would have happened to me if I couldn't have got in touch with him? I'd been SOL.
Yeah. But let me ask you this.
You know?
How long did it take him to put on that belt? That shit hard as hell to do. Because you got to...
Especially in the cold.
Man.
I had to sit in his car in the heat. And he would jump in the car every now and again to get warm and go back to it.
That belt is not easy to put on, especially right there on the street. Because it's tight.
Exactly.
You got to loosen up. You got to loosen. Man, oh my God. He did you a... Shit. That was $100. That was over $100 worth of labor. The belt.
Exactly. But I'm just trying to bring this back to what it is by giving you examples of what procrastination
without a doubt
will get you.
Yeah, it will.
Like the engine light come on, you don't check it. All of a sudden you stranded. Or your gas gauge say, you on E, you driving on fumes. Oh, I can make it 2 more blocks. Boom, you're done.
Yep.
And that's just one of the examples with the car. There's other examples. Waiting too late to go to a doctor when you know you're having a problem.
Yep.
That's the first one.
That's a deadly one.
Yeah.
That's the deadly one. When I wrote up this show, that's the
that could cost your life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many people have we lost because of that?
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
By the time, yeah, that's a pat answer. Oh, it's just a cold. Oh, it's just an ache. By the time you get to a doctor, it's like, hey, you should have came earlier. I could have helped you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are examples of waiting till the last minute. To me.
Oh no, those are real examples. Unfortunately, I can relate to all of them. You know what I mean? I wasn't even going to get to the whole car thing. You done came and blew up my whole world. I done lost cars. I didn't. One year when my license wasn't straight, I had a brake light that was out. Now when your license ain't straight and you driving, the rest of the car is supposed to be perfect. Don't be having no brake lights out. Don't be having no turn signals out. Don't be having, make sure that your registration and your insurance is up to par, because you want to be able to say that the license is the only thing that you missing, even though that's the most important part. But when they want to impound your vehicle, they can take a whole lot of other stuff from you, So yeah, like in Philly, they stopped me because I had first of all, I had the damn light in the car. I just didn't put it in.
Oh, wow.
I think I was driving around with the light in the middle console, maybe a week, maybe 2. All I know is the cops got behind me. They followed me, pulled me over, claimed that I hid something in the car. That's what they told me. I hid something in the car, and yeah. I was like, what are you talking? I ain't hiding nothing in no car, and blah blah blah. So black cop and a white cop. The white cop was acting like the good cop. Black cop was the bad cop. And and this is when I was on a DUI suspension on my license. So when you get when you get caught driving when you on a suspension for DUI, it's like getting another DUI. So yeah, that was about to beat my ass. They took the car. They took the car. They took the car. They took the car, and I didn't even go get the car out of impound. I had to eat that. I said, "Nah, I ain't going back and get this car." You know what I mean? And I wasn't drive. I let them have the car. I didn't drive. Luckily, my job that I had at the time was so local that all I had to do was walk to the subway, and it dropped me off right in front of the job, so I could be to work. It literally took me 25 minutes from my door to that door to get there. So I didn't drive for 3 years. For 3 years, I had to literally walk it out. But all I had to do was put that damn light in, and I was good. All I had to do was put the light in. But no, waited to the last minute, didn't do it at all. All right. Got me in. It was like starting all the trouble all over again. So yeah. When it comes to a car, slow leak, whatever, you mess around. You need tires. You know you need tires. You lunching on buying tires. You have a tire blowout. Damn near kill yourself on the highway. Yeah, good idea. Good choice. You had a chance to do that.
I was at Broad Finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming back down north, and turned off of Broad Street onto Windham. Boom!
Man.
Get that blow out.
Yeah.
Had a tire blowout. Had a tire blowout. I'm female. I don't know nothing about this shit. I'm panicking. So I called my nephew. I said, "You home?" He's like, "Yeah." Because at that time, nobody had cell phones. I said, "What you doing?" He said, "Nothing." I said, "You need to come get me." He was like, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I'm not even going to get out my car. I just heard a loud boom." I'm like, "All right, I'm on my way." He get up there. He's like, "Man, you blew out a tire." Again, procrastinating about buying new tires. I brought a used tire.
A used tire?
That's the one that blew out.
A used tire will get you out of a jam if it's a good used tires. That's the only thing. You know, all used tires ain't cut from the same cloth. Yeah. I've had some bad used tires. Yeah. I've had some bad used tires. You know what I mean? Broke the belt on a tire before. And when you break the steel belt on a tire, first of all,
it's done.
It sounds like you got a flat and you don't. But that shit be like bloom, 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 bloom. You're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? You think you done hit something. All right. Check this out. When we talk about transportation and waiting to the last minute. Now, when I was younger, you know, in Philly, the buses don't run all night, especially back in the day. Now, the subway and the L might run all night, but the buses don't. So, you know, we be out, hanging out, going downtown, you know, chilling, whatever. We gonna wait until the last bus. All right, the last bus leave Broadnery, for example, at what time? I don't know. Let's say one something, maybe close to 2 o'clock in the morning. The last XH. What we do? We wait till the last minute to jump on the sub so we can get off at Broadnery to catch the last H and the last XH. Well, guess what? We see the last H and the last XH rolling down the street as we coming up out the sub. Yeah. Wait till the last minute. You slow, you blow. Guess who walking from Broadneary? Guess who walking from Broadneary? Well, it's either that or catch a cab. You know what I mean? You know, or a hack or something like that. But the other option is you're going to get your walk on. Now, we could also catch the 23. I think the 23, especially when it was a trolley, that shit ran all night long. Now, it don't run fast all night long, but, you know, that's the difference. It'll let you off at Germantown and like Germantown and Ashmead. So I'm walking all the way down Hansberry Street past Brickyard and all that kind of shit. And back in the day, it wasn't sweet like that. You know what I mean? But this is what happens when you wait to the last minute. You know what I mean? You go. I hope you ain't have on your good shoes. I hope you ain't have on your good shoes because it's going to get you. So yeah, wait until the last minute. When you bring up the health thing, oh my gosh, how many people do we have to lose? How many people do we have to lose out of our lives because they had a problem, a pain, a condition that they knew, inside, something is wrong. You know what I mean? Even if you are the type of person that's a hypochondriac and you always think that something is wrong, but at least you acknowledge that. So the people who don't bill themselves as hypochondriacs, they wait until the last minute to get something checked out. I just recently heard of somebody losing their life over prostate cancer. And my dad passed. Ooh. Yeah, my dad passed, with prostate cancer. Now, prostate cancer is probably, if not number one, it has to be in the top 5 of the most operable cancers that are out there.
Yep.
You can live.
That's another procrastination. And I'm going to say this. I know you're a man. There's probably a lot of men in the chat. Stop being afraid to go get a prostate exam. Because by the time you get it or you get a pain, like you said, it's too damn late.
The thing is, people, even if you don't get it treated, prostate cancer can take decades to take you out.
It does.
That's what happens with my dad.
Procrastination. I have a cousin right now who had back pain. Then one of his legs, he didn't have much feeling in his leg. And everybody thinks, or let me put it this way, not everybody, but a lot of men think that they got to get a finger exam. They can detect prostate cancer through a PSA blood test. It's so simple. But so many men that I personally know won't get it checked. I don't want to do that. I'm good. I'm fine. Okay, women, the same thing. You feel a lump in your breast. It ain't normal. But I'm going to go to the doctor next week. Oh, I'm going to go to the doctor next month. Next week, next month, and then it's a couple of years. The lump gets bigger. Now you want to run to the doctor. Save me. Why? When it could have been nipped in the bud a year ago.
With that prostate cancer shit, a man can't pee. What greater sign do you need when you gotta pee bad as shit and it don't come out? What do you think is going on? What you think you got a cork in there or something? You got some kind of obstruction? You know what I mean? You think you gonna pee out the peg that's stopping up your urethra? Like I don't get it. It's painful not to be able to pee.
Let me give you an example. My dad, he went to the doctors. He did have a blockage in his urethra. He was afraid that it was cancer. So we go up to the hospital, you know, after they did their procedure and everything. And the doctor comes in, he explains to me and my brother, one of my brothers that was there, you know, everything's fine. You know, we were able to get the blockage. There's no sign of anything else going on. And he asked my dad, you have any questions for me? Now he's laying in the bed in the hospital gown, okay? So he pulls the gown down. He says, feel this right here, doc, on my chest. That's a knot. So the doctor, you gotta remember, my dad was damn near 80 years old at this point. The doctor said, he opens up his shirt, he unbuttons a button on his shirt, he takes my dad's hand and he puts it on his chest. He said, yeah, Joe, I got one too. You know what I mean? But it took that fear to even get him to recognize that didn't even feel right. But it was right, thank God, you know, that because he just procrastinated so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know. I mean, and we know the crazy thing is they say when you know better, you do better, and we just don't really practice that. So we know better.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we know better, and we still don't do better. So, man,
there's so many examples, but you know, as far as me worrying about what somebody's going to think of me, that's out the window. Because the most important person to me that's going to think about me is me. I need to worry about how I feel about me. Other folks, not so much. That's just my opinion.
Listen, I mean, it's a valid opinion. We get into all kinds of, you know, life circumstances because of waiting until the last minute, and we wind up really, really making a situation worse than it ever could have been. So we go from a treatable situation to a situation that's already out of hand. And everybody wants to be able to roll back the clock and fix it after the fact, or blame somebody else for not being able to fix it. Well, you got to give yourself you got to give yourself a chance.
Know, my dad always taught me one thing, and I live by that rule. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So, you know, your opinion of me don't matter to me.
Yeah. It's just that, waiting until the last minute thing. I mean, opportunities, like what I was talking about earlier. You can miss out on so many opportunities because you was bullshitting. You wasn't ready to go when it was time for the train to take off because you was waiting to the last minute to do this, that, and the third. You know, and that could be, we could be talking about a literal train, or we can be talking about, you know, something that was about to get off the ground and they trying to take you with them, but you ain't ready to go because you didn't get your shit together. Like, okay, let's say it like this. You knew that y'all was supposed to be going on this trip next year, going out of the country. Somebody told you, all right, go ahead and get your passport. You know, so next year when it's time to go, we can get on up out of here. Now they may have been planning to take you with them. You know, like you ain't have to pay for nothing or whatever. Like, listen, we going out of the country. We want to have a good time, expose you to blah, blah, blah. But make sure you get your passport. That's all you need. All you need is your passport. What happens? What happens when it's time for y'all just about ready to go? They've been asking you if you got your passport. You might have been lying, saying, yeah, it's in the works, so I got it, and blah, 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 blah. You ain't get that damn passport. Now, to make a long story short, you ain't going on that trip. You ain't going on this trip, and this trip was a good trip. This was something that may have really done something for you in the future. But you ain't going on that trip because you waited to the last minute to try to get that passport. Now, when it's time to get the passport, you got all this red tape that you have to go through. Go through. And now I haven't gotten a passport since the late 90s or whatever, and so I don't know with I don't know if they've made the process of getting a passport easier, but I know it used to have to wait a good while. It could take over a month for you to finally get the thing.
Look, my son I told him he's leaving the country in December. Okay, him and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I told them in August, start on your passport. He told Mom, we ain't going till December. I said, boy, don't play. Okay? Thank God he took heed. He filled out everything for the passport. They wanted his birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
My son was born in 1976. He has a bicentennial birth certificate.
Okay.
It don't list his mama. It don't list his daddy. They told him that wasn't acceptable. You're going to have to apply for another birth certificate because it has to have the seal on it. He called me up. He said, Mom, do you have another birth certificate? I said, no. I gave you the two I had. Okay? He said, okay, well, I'm going to have to apply for my birth certificate because they said I might not need it. I said, then apply for it. Take your little happy butt down there and apply for your birth certificate. So he did. So now he's straight.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him in August, do this now. Because when I got mine, it was like 2016 or 17.
Yeah.
Okay? And I jumped through hoops. You know.
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
So it's a pain. So, and why would you pay extra money? A passport costs enough.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to pay extra money to expedite a passport that still might not come when you need it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all procrastination.
Passport, driver's license, all kinds of things. You know what? If you ever have like when you're in school, waiting to the last minute to study for a test or to ask for help or get tutoring or ask for an extension for something, that's one thing. But we often wait to the last minute when we know we have an inspection for something. Like let's say, all right, let's say you want to adopt children. You know how much red tape is involved when trying to adopt children. So all of the stuff that you have to have ready to go when they come. Like let's say, they have to check out your living space, make sure that you're good, make sure there are no dangers. You know what I mean? Because everything is about litigation, and they want to make sure that nobody is held accountable for putting a child in an unsafe condition. Now you knew they was coming to your crib. You knew that there were certain things. You knew there were certain things that had to be right when they came, when the inspectors came to your crib. I don't care if we not talking about an adoption. You knew L&I was coming. You know what you need to do. Make sure.
How about when your bills are done and you procrastinate and don't pay your electric bill, your gas bill, your water, even your rent or mortgage? Yeah. And then you get that notice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how about when you ignore the notice? Like they'll do nothing after 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna cut me off after 1 month.
They will cut you off.
Well, there was a time. There was a time like with in Philly with Pico, it would take them a while to cut your stuff off. Now they don't even have to come out. They don't even have to come to your house. That thing,
they just hit a button.
That thing hooked up to the internet now. Like we ain't worried about coming. Only time they come to your house is when they come with that ladder lift to cut the lines because you done turned you done turned it back on. Yeah. Right. They gonna handle that. Cut them lines. So
I mean, those kind of things are the stuff, and it's stupid stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money to pay the bill, it takes a phone call.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. That's all it takes. Buy yourself some time. But while you're buying time, get your finances in order to pay that.
Uh-huh. How about this one? I've seen people, here it is, the gas man or the electric company or whatever, they come in and turn your services off. Now you wanna pay them when they at the door. Well, how much I owe? I can give you the money now. No, your money is no good now, dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, tell you what, they'll tell you, like, yeah, go ahead and call the company. Why they turning your shit off? Like, yeah, go ahead and call them. You know, you can make payment arrangements and all that, but this getting turned off right now. We gonna handle this right now.
Make your arrangements to pay later.
Mm-hmm.
Now that did happen to me, and I wasn't procrastinating, but at the time it happened, my dad was in the hospital. I saw the bill. I kept saying, okay, I got to pay the bill. But then he was, he was going through a whole lot. So I never paid the bill. Day after I buried my father, the electric company is at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for this young man. I let him in and I said, because I don't want to talk to you outside. You can come in, okay? Because I don't need my nosy neighbors trying to see what's going on. So I told him, I said, at that time, down north was an electric company that brought in, Tioga, I think it was. So I said to him, look, I have the money. I just buried my dad yesterday. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know what, man? I'm going to come back in about an hour and a half. I sent my nephew with the check to the electric company to pay the electric at the electric company.
Mm-hmm.
The man comes back about an hour and a half later, and he said, he looked at the little thing. He said, you good now, ma'am? I said, thank you. But he was there to do his job, turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't procrastinate. I totally forgot it because it was more important things. It really slipped my mind.
Yeah, there's a difference between procrastinating and waiting till the last minute. A lot of times,
right.
a lot of times when you procrastinate, you wasn't planning on doing it in the first place. Like you was hoping that some miracle was gonna make. Right. When you wait until the last minute, like you recognize the risks, you know what it's hitting for. You just, like, yo, I'm gonna catch it at it expires at midnight. I'm gonna catch it at 11:55. Like, okay, good luck. You know what I mean? I've done that. I've done that dumb shit. Paid a bill. Paid a bill that was due, and it's the last day that is due, and then find out that it doesn't post until the next day. So I'm gonna get those late fees anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you paid it today, but it's not gonna post today. So you still gonna get that late fee.
Exactly. Because they'll tell you when you pay it online.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you 24 to 48 hours before the payment will post. They don't care that you paid it that day. You still gonna get them late charges.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you lunching. Okay. Wait. Hold on. How about this one? People who get the boots on their car, booting and towing. And nothing in your life feels as worse as when you come outside and see that yellow boot on your car. Because you looking real dumb. And everybody can see you wait till the last minute or your procrastination. They can see it. Because you ain't going nowhere. You can start the car up. You ain't driving with it. By the way, for the first time, I saw somebody taking a boot off of the car on the street. I started to get his number, like, yo.
Hey, listen.
He was getting busy on that thing.
22nd? Look, down 22nd in Cambridge, used to be a brother there, right? He would stay on 22nd Street, because 22nd Street is a shopping district.
Mm-hmm.
This brother made more money getting boots off people's cars. He used to work for the parking authority.
Wow, he had the key.
So he had the key. I'm standing out there on 22nd Street and I'm looking at this woman that got a boot. Here comes this brother. He said, yo, you want that offer? And she told me, get out of here. You don't know what you're doing. He said, give me $25. I take your boot off.
$25, a mere $25?
A mere $25. So I told him, I said, look here, I'm going to remember you because I might have slipped a ticket or two. You know what I mean?
Man.
Look, I'd have gave him $50. I'd have gave him $100 if that was my card.
Easily. I'm giving up that 100 because you might owe 100. They don't boot you until you owe over $100. But then they want to get you for any other tickets that you hadn't paid, you know what I mean, on cars that you might not have no more. You know what I mean? Anything that comes up with that address, man, it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look. You wait too long to pay. They made remember that show Parking Wars in Philly? They ain't do that shit. They ain't randomly pick that shit. It's because we got problems here. This parking thing is serious. I hated that show. I hated that show with a passion. I couldn't stand that show.
I watched it.
Oh my God.
Because I just couldn't believe people were that dumb.
Well, luckily, the people who were on the show, they actually got their parking tickets paid because they gotta pay them for being on the show. So they got it wasn't, even though they rode the whole thing out, you know what I mean? They got their tickets paid for. It's the people who ain't on the show. You seeing their car get taken away. It's the worst feeling in the world when they put your car on that hook.
Yes, when they put your car on that hook, ain't nothing like it.
Watching your car roll away, and it ain't going to the shop. It ain't going to the shop, baby. You gotta go rescue your car, license, registration, and insurance.
And then when you go to the parking authority, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't got the right insurance, you still ain't getting your damn car.
Yo, if your papers ain't straight, you don't have license, registration, and insurance updated, you ain't taking no car home. And they do check.
Yes, they do.
So, yeah, it's a...
You be thinking you going down there to lie and say, oh, yeah, I got insurance and give them a card, and they going to check their card.
Now, back in the day, they didn't. If you just had the card, that was enough. Now they'd be like, all right, give me a second.
You ever heard of Erie Insurance Company?
Yeah.
Okay. We had a hookup down north.
Mm-hmm.
We had the blank card, and you pay somebody, they would type all your information on their card.
Mm-hmm.
Cops put it over. Back then, they ain't had no computers in their card. They really couldn't run much. Okay? So a lot of folks down north was driving dirty. But if they got stopped, they had an insurance card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to do what you got. You got to do what you got to do to get, to get by. I ain't mad at that. But the thing is, if you went to Jersey, you wasn't getting away with that fake card. And or if you was the state troopers, the state troopers in Pennsylvania, they the ones got popping with the whole insurance thing. You know what I mean? Like, they was the first that I heard of that actually checked your insurance to make sure that it was valid. So yeah,
it's true. But I just wanted to put a few examples out of there about waiting till the last minute what it'll cost you.
Well, I appreciate it. Because I needed you to reel it in a little bit because things was getting a little.
Yeah, it was getting a little different.
Good word. Very good word. It was getting extremely different. Yes.
Yeah, it was
good word.
But it was a good conversation. I'm glad I called in. As always, it's always a good conversation with you.
Well, thanks for coming.
We like to bounce things off of each other. So,
no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, have a good day.
You too.
And I'm going back to listen to the rest.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right. So yeah, wait until the last minute thing. It will take you everywhere except for where you want to go. Now, you know, there are always exceptions to the rule, and some people are going to come through and say, yeah, you know, sometimes paying things too early. Like, okay, for example, I've been told by business professionals never pay your bills early because you don't get any. Make sure you pay them on time. Make sure you always pay them on time, but don't pay them too early because you don't get any credit for paying early. You only get penalized for paying them late. So paying your bills, like let's say your bill is due on the 29th. They're saying wait until like about around the 27th or the 28th to pay it because you never know what emergencies might come up between the first of the month, or should I say the 30th of the month and the 29th. Now you done paid all your bills and you feeling good and secure. Now an emergency has come up and you can't pay a bill because you spent all your money, or you can't take care of that emergency because you spent all your money paying your bills early, trying to make sure that you had security, and it kind of messed up things. So I understand from that standpoint, from a business standpoint, I understand. Make sure that you pay on time, but you don't have to pay like super early or whatever. Okay. The thing about waiting till the last minute is that when you wait till the last minute to do things, you find yourself being dependent on other people. You find yourself being dependent on other circumstances. You find yourself having to rely on other people and you try to rush them. How many of y'all have been in a situation where somebody tried to rush you because they waited to the last minute and they acting like they mad at you because you don't want to rush or because you don't have the time? What do they say? Procrastination on your part doesn't warrant an emergency on my part. Something like that. Something like that. In other words, you knew that you needed this and you waited until the last minute and now you want to push me for some crazy shit. How many kids are in school? They've had projects that would do the next day. And here they are, Mom, Dad, I got this project due tomorrow and I'm having trouble with it. You know, they know not to tell you that they waited until now to even start the project. And you're like, well, when is it due? Tomorrow? How long have you known this project was due? Friday. Even if you just found out on Friday, even though you're lying, you should have started on Saturday. But you want to start what? Around bedtime on Sunday night. Your young ass supposed to be to bed by 9 o'clock. And here it is, 6, 7 o'clock. You like, yo, Dad, I got this project due tomorrow and I'm having problems. That's a way to rush your parents and get an ass whooping. It's a surefire way to do that. Some parents, not all parents. You know, most parents will try to bail you out, try to make, but they know they're about to get that phone call from school or something is going to happen because you done messed up. You. So yeah, trying to rush people because you was lunching. All right. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, waiting until the last minute is not a good look. Waiting until the last minute is not a good look. And you would think that after you've messed up a few times doing this kind of thing, because nobody seems to learn their lesson when they wait till the last minute and it hurts once. You think that the next time you're going to get them. Well. All right, y'all. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do these birthday shout outs, and then we're gonna get on the body here. I know I started the show late. But yeah, we're gonna do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious October 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, my girl, Sunny Libra. Happy birthday to you, and also Nichelle Morgan, not my niece, Nichelle Morgan from Milwaukee. Happy birthday to you. And she's also a go-getter. And Lakeisha Freeman Brown. Happy birthday to you. And Lisa MBA. Happy birthday to you. And Laurel Wilson. Happy birthday. And Kanisha Brown. And also Windmill. Happy birthday. Terry Stevens. Dorothy Webb. Definitely go get her. Happy birthday. And my girl from down the block back in the days, my girl Mona John. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, go hard, go for yours, and remember what? You wait till the last minute waiting to shine, and you might not get that next time. Yeah, you was waiting, you was debating on whether you should do it now. It done float away from you like fluid, and you do it again, and that's a sin. But you haven't learned your lessons, so you won't win. And that's a problem. You could easily solve it, but you made it wax, so it dissolved it, got away from you like water on sugar or salt. And it's all your fault. You could have done a lot better. You could have made it wetter, but you lunched it. And now you done crunched it just like the numbers. Yeah, you got the slumber because you was sleeping. Now you are keeping bad thoughts all up in your mind because you can't find a way to get on your thing because you wasn't on your grind. You could have been doing this, but you was doing that. You was sleeping now. You was out that. You out of money. You out of time. You out of love. You out of grind. You out of all the things you need, and you trying to rush somebody else to get you to bleed. No, you done bled out. Yo, you got it read out. You was lunching. You should have got the lead out. Move your ass and make it get crazy. Your ass too busy being lazy. Yeah, you could have had everything. I'm going to give y'all something like what my man said. What my man, the legendary Lord Finesse, he said, you could be paid riding out, getting things. Fucking with him, you can't afford 2 chicken wings. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show, so make sure y'all come on through. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning, though. So, I mean, don't be looking for us in the afternoon. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning because that's what we do on the weekdays. All right. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just do me that one little solid. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt you to hit the like button. You know what I mean? So, all right. Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace, y'all. Have a good day.